After losing 45 pounds on a GLP-1 medication, I just finished my first month of maintenance. Some days I felt like I was doing okay. Other days I felt like I had no idea what I was doing. So let's talk about it in this monthly update. What changed, what hasn't changed with my weight and body composition, my eating, my exercise, the medication effects with Zepbound, and the kicker at the end might surprise you and it might not. Let's go. If you're new here, hi, I'm Bobby. I have been documenting my GLP-1 health journey after menopause here on YouTube for about 1.5 years. And like I said, I just entered maintenance a month ago. I'm not a medical doctor and I am a therapist, but I'm not your therapist. So none of this is medical or mental health advice. Remember to always check with your own healthcare providers when you're making decisions for yourself. For a little bit of context, when I started a GLP-1, I was obese for the first time in my life. Before menopause, I managed my weight fine, and after menopause, something changed in my metabolism, and no matter how much I ate right and exercised, my weight kept creeping up. So I was 210.1 pounds. I'm 5'9", and over the next 1.5 years, I lost 45 pounds, and the health problems that were happening as that weight went on, like prediabetes, high blood pressure, have all been resolved. I was in such a groove with the weight loss phase. I was losing about a couple pounds a month and just in a routine that kept that going, that this last month on maintenance has felt different because I'm just not sure if I'm eating enough. I'm trying to find a soft landing to stay focused on my health and just subtract the losing a couple pounds a month part from the equation. If you're familiar with any of my journey, you'll know that I've been trying to call this my health journey or my fat loss journey instead of my weight loss journey. And I've been more focused on body composition than just the single number of what my weight is. But of course, as I've gotten healthier and lost body fat, my weight has come down. So calling it a weight loss journey isn't inaccurate. I just feel like it's incomplete because I'm doing this for my health, not just to weigh less. And now that I'm in maintenance, that part hasn't changed at all. I'm focused on my body composition and keeping that healthy. And there's even room for improvement in terms of losing body fat and gaining muscle. The big question you might be asking is, did I lose or gain weight or stay the same in my first month on maintenance? And here's the answer. I basically stayed the same. There were a few weeks at the beginning where I wasn't weighing myself at all because I was on vacation, and I got back from vacation and I was down a couple pounds, and now those pounds have come back. I don't know if it's just the scale doing its fluctuation thing, but I am calling it that the scale has stayed basically at 165 pounds. And that's great. But let's dive deeper and see if there have been changes in my body composition. I have been tracking my body composition using the Hume Body Pod. It's basically like having an in-body scan that I can do at home. Hume is sponsoring this part of today's video, and I am genuinely enjoying using the Body Pod. I'll show you today's scan. And this is where things get really interesting. The Body Pod gives these humanoid diagrams showing the lean mass and fat percentage in different parts of your body. And between last month and this month, my upper body fat percentage has dropped by 2%. My trunk has gone down 1.7%, and my legs have dropped a couple percent, 1% and 2%. There's some difference in the two legs. Basically, my fat percentage dropped. I lost fat this month, even though the scale didn't change. Then, if you look at the changes in my lean mass in the past month, let me pull that up. The lean mass in my arms has gone up almost 0.5 pound per arm, 3 pounds in my trunk, and about 1 pound per leg. I don't think you can actually gain this much muscle in a month, but lean mass is a combination of everything that isn't fat. So I think that the headline here is that I have lost fat while maintaining my weight, and that some of that is muscle, and I will take that. My body fat percentage matters Because if I do lose more weight in maintenance, which a lot of people do on GLP-1s, they continue to lose a little bit of weight slowly. If that happens to me, I want to see it come from reduced body fat and not lean mass primarily. I called maintenance at the top of my weight range, so I've got some room to lose weight if that happens, but if it doesn't, that's also fine. I feel really healthy where I'm at. Another thing that happened this month is that my visceral fat went from 12 to 11. The visceral fat index is something that goes from 1 to 59, and anything 12 or under is considered normal. And I started my GLP-1 journey at 17, so it was high, but not like, at the high end of the scale. And it took me until just a few months ago to get to 12, that normal point. And I was so happy when that happened. But this month, my visceral fat went down another point to 11. So I'm really happy about that too. These changes in this month on the body pod are bigger than they've been in the past. And I kind of wonder if it's because I have been eating more, if that has allowed my body to release fat and gain more lean mass instead of feeling like it was in deprivation mode and holding on to fat. I've also upped my strength training this month because I'm getting ready for a backpacking trip. So between that and fueling my body more, I really like these results I'm seeing. If you're someone who gets discouraged when the scale doesn't move, I think having more information about what's actually changing in your body can make a huge difference. If you'd like to check out the Hume Body Pod, my discount code stacks on top of whatever specials they're having right now, so you can save up to 50% off. My code Bobby is good for 7 days. And if you're in the US, this expense is also HSA and FSA eligible. So you may be able to use those funds as well. I'll have the link and my discount code in the description below. I wasn't really sure what this month's data would look like. I was on vacation and I wasn't tracking a lot of the time. And I didn't want to obsess about whether I was up a pound or down a pound. I more wanted to know, am I on a maintenance trajectory or am I losing or gaining weight in the efforts I've made to be in maintenance this month? And of course, interested in what was happening with my body composition. Both of those things require patience to find out, and it's not really my strong suit. So these kind of dramatic results are exciting to me. So when I started maintenance, I did not change my Zepbound dose. I've been on 10 milligrams for several months, and I'm still on 10 milligrams. The appetite suppression is still doing well. I don't have food noise. I'm also not having any noteworthy side effects on Zepbound. I'm still doing the things that I learned how to do to eat regularly on a GLP-1. My struggle has always been to eat enough, so I set an alarm to eat lunch. I meal prep so that I've got healthy things to eat. And my experimentation with eating more calories is still ongoing, but what I'm starting to figure out is that I don't need to change everything that I eat. There was an episode about what I eat in a day on maintenance a couple weeks ago, and I was kind of stressing about what I was eating, like, oh my God, this lunch looks just like my lunches when I was losing weight, or this snack is just the same, it needs to be different. And I don't think it does need to be different. I think I just need to change a couple of things, like add just a little something in 1 or 2 meals. And that's enough because my calorie deficit was never very huge. So there might be some trial and error in the coming weeks or months, but I think I'm on the right track, just adding a couple of things in. I already talked about my exercise. It's been focused on training for this backpacking trip. I'll be spending 5 days and 4 nights in the high Sierras, and I can't wait. But the heat and humidity here in North Carolina has made outdoor training miserable, if not downright dangerous. So I'm adapting and doing most of my training indoors right now, which is kind of a bummer and more boring, but I'm motivated enough by the trip that it's okay. My body really likes walking and strength training. And the walking I've been doing is hiking, and when it's too hot to hike outside, treadmill walking, but a lot of rucking, like wearing a heavy backpack, walking on an incline on the treadmill. So pretty vigorous walking cardio and strength training. I don't have any major health updates. I haven't been to my doctor recently because I haven't needed to. I still haven't met with my dietitian because more traveling is getting in the way. Even though I meet with my dietitian online, I was in Europe and it was 6 or 7 hours ahead, and I was on vacation, so I didn't really want to have any medical appointments. And now I'm visiting my daughter starting tomorrow, and my granddaughter, who is now almost 7 months old. I can't believe it. Time flies. I feel like she was just born. So I just don't want to have any medical appointments while I'm there. I just want to be with my family. So I haven't met with my dietitian yet, but overall, I'm feeling good. My energy's good. And I won't meet with my doctor again until it's time for a routine thyroid check. As I'm thinking about this month, I realized something throughout the weight loss part of my journey. I've said over and over again how important consistency is, that I didn't have to eat perfectly, exercise perfectly, do everything perfectly. I just had to keep showing up and keep coming back to it when I messed up, and it just accumulates over time. And I'm realizing the same thing is true for maintenance. I have skipped a couple meals this past month, but I just get right back to it. And life is just always going to throw things like travel or unexpected challenges and schedule changes. So what matters is just coming back to the habits that support your health over and over again. That's the consistency part. I think that's what's going to make maintenance sustainable for me. And that's the kicker that may or may not surprise you. It surprises me in how mundane it is, and it doesn't surprise me because consistency has been kind of the key all along. And it just is kind of a boring key, right? It's not a super fast result. It's just keep going, just keep showing up. And I do feel like it's kind of foolproof if you just stay the course and stay consistent with healthy habits. So yeah, if my first month of maintenance taught me anything, it's that you don't have to have everything figured out. You just give it your best shot, keep showing up, and overall things will head in the right direction. That's what I've got for you today. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you next week. Bye.